Yeah, well, let's talk about scheduling for a minute. So, as I mentioned earlier, in my opinion, no two departments are scheduling the exact same way. There's a multitude of ways to do it. We typically do whatever the municipality does, whatever the agency does before we show up. So I don't think there's ever been a case where we came in and said, all right, from now on, you're going to have to do scheduling this way, or you can no longer, utilize this rule that you used to have or something like that. We typically do what they want us to do, and that's how robust and flexible our infrastructure is. But if I step back from scheduling in America on extra duty solutions and Squint, um, the closer you get to New York and Boston, the more complex the scheduling algorithms become. So I've seen departments in the Northeast and New England that have 12 different rotation lists, or we have one client in New Jersey that has 4 different ways of assigning jobs depending on the type of job and when it is and when it came in and the pay rate. We have one department up in Massachusetts that has more pay rates than they have officers. So it can get complex up there as you move into the South. Um, Not so much Florida, but most of the southern states, it becomes a lot less complex. A lot of those states, I see agencies with first come first serve, or as you said, sign up sheets out on a board, and we try to mimic whatever they do. I actually did a webinar a couple months ago on what we've seen in scheduling algorithms. Like, what are the different types of algorithms out there? What are the more common types used? And what we've seen as fair and unfair, because you have a scheduling algorithm that is perceived as unfair, and it can end up with no end of problems for the chief and the union president, with complaints and union grievances, and we've heard of fist fights in the hallways, all sorts of things. Um, so yeah, anybody who's listening that wants to get a good opinion on and a kind of a view of the landscape of scheduling algorithms, I'd encourage you to go on our website to the media page and look at our the webinar. It's only about a half an hour, but it's a good viewpoint of what tends to work well and what tends to lead to problems in that arena.